Okay, so that's working. And we checked our vocals and shit before.
So we're live?
Now we are.
So we're live.
Live on the podcast, talking about the pod.
Pod talk time.
Pod talk, baby.
Pod Town, USA. We're back.
Coming to you on this time of the day. And Channel 9 News. Whereas we're going for a cruise, baby. We got the board.
I would guarantee that this episode's title has something to do with the soundboard. So
This episode is brought to you by the Soundboard.
by sound.
We love him, and we can't live without him.
Very true.
He lives in our heads.
Thank God we weren't born deaf.
What are you trying to say to all the deaf
If
people?
you
out
were
there,
born
man?
deaf, I'm sorry, but
We know you can hear us right now.
R.I.P.
So.
You know what I'm saying?
How are you, buddy? Haven't seen you in a while.
I'm doing good. I gotta minimize the timer so that I don't have
Heart attack.
an anxiety episode on the podcast.
We already had that last week.
I thought that was every week.
Oh, shit. My bad. Didn't mean to be so insensitive about your
It is
your
your bad.
anxiety.
That is your bad. So thank you.
What's been new for you, my man? Me, amigo.
What's been new? Well, like we talked about last time, got a story out.
Oh, that's right. Today's the day.
Content
Is yours done?
out. I haven't pressed publish, but it's done. So
Yeah, I tried to. My initial plan I had was making like a live set, because I've been watching a lot of those videos where there's like the one person and then they play one thing and then that keeps looping and then the next thing starts playing and that starts looping.
we all know those, right?
I love
Right,
those
guys?
videos. They're so inspiring. They're really good. So I started learning how to do that because I've never done anything like live oriented. It's been mostly like studio time. So I thought I was going to be able to publish a live, like a live sec, one of those things. I was going to have you come in, record the whole thing. But I just
content for the
it
pod
ended up being
content.
the last 2 days I just had to learn how to do it. It was me just watching a lot of tutorials, assigning hotkeys to different buttons, cleaning my gear that I haven't used in a while because I ended up needing to get a lot more stuff out, and that's not done. So I might just end up recording a live or like
Not committed enough.
I might just end up
Not
recording
committed.
an acoustic song and put it on my SoundCloud. That was the gist of the story. I guess I could have just cut to the chase.
Sorry, guys. Guess we let you down.
I guess we'll just have to.
Since I'm part of this team, I have
We're gonna
to
have to
say
cut the
we.
cord. Yeah. What up?
Guess we let you down.
You didn't even publish your story, dude.
I literally just have to click the button that says publish. Although I'm hesitating because at the very end, it's like the only thing that's wrong with it is, I don't know, it could be interpreted
Whoa! Don't say too. Don't spoiler alerts, bro.
in a way that I don't necessarily intend. I don't know, dude. It's hard, it's
This would be the first time that both of us put something out in such a quick turnaround, and it's kind of. I think I know what you're like. It's kind of nerve wracking to. I bet
it's not necessarily that. I would explain the qualms I have.
next episode you can.
But yeah, I don't want to spoil anything because I do think it would
Or
give
wait,
something away.
hold on. If by the time they listen
on.
to this episode, it will have already been out for a week.
Yeah, probably.
I just haven't read it, so the only person who'd be spoiled it for would be me. I guess you can talk about it right now if you want. Because if they're watching,
Well, yeah, but what if they haven't actually read it?
if you haven't read the story that's been out for a week by now, go press pause.
Go fuck yourself.
They invented a pause button for a reason. Go read his Wattpad.
Get on over to the story. And go read that shit.
I don't know why I did a little fucking. I thought it was supposed to be a running animation, but I
Press
just
pause. Press pause on the pod. And get over there to Wattpad, John Kripke, and read what I wrote. The Magic Tree. Okay, so I
now
guess
that you've read The Magic Tree.
I guess I can talk about it since, in theory, the three people
For
that are
those of
watching
us-
this have read the story.
For
now.
those of us who, well, I haven't read it yet because it's not out. Give me like a
That's
10-second
true.
synopsis.
It's about a guy
A
who
spark notes of a spark notes.
he's walking down the street He
Enough
hears
said.
a weird sound. He goes to check it out.
Was that what he heard?
That was the end. Yeah, that was what he heard. Somebody's banging on the drums. He hears a weird sound and he goes to check it out. And there's a guy hitting a tree with a golf club. And he says that the tree is magic, and if you think about something while you hit it, it'll appear. And a couple of
Sounds
things.
like the lead up
appear.
to a joke. Like there's gonna be a punchline.
Well, it kind of, honestly, that pretty much is what it is.
So the first guy wished for all the money in the world, and he went along the way, and blah blah blah.
So I guess my conflict with the story is it okay to? It's not making fun of anything. That's not my intention. Is it okay to make light of like being crazy? Like, I feel like crazy now, people are gonna interpret that as like, oh well, you don't think that like mental illness is real or something.
You don't. You bastard.
Shit.
So it's just about a crazy person then, or what?
See, I don't want to give it away.
Well, but
to you because you haven't read it, and you should read it since you're on the pod.
You haven't released it at the time of record. Should we pause the recording while I go read it?
Sure. Yeah. 20. No, I'm just kidding. No, don't do that. It would take you 20 minutes to read that shit.
I thought. How long is the book?
It's like 3,000 words. But
how many pages is that? 20 pages?
That's like 12.
You think 12 pages would take me 20 minutes? What are you trying to say, dude? You're probably not far off, but yeah, get out of that shit.
No comment on that last part, but
we have to label the soundboard because
I don't know. It's okay, but like I remember every single one, bro.
Okay, now I know.
I remember all of them. I don't know. I guess maybe that's just me putting the onus on myself.
You're just projecting how you really feel.
Yeah, well, or like projecting my worry about just writing in general in the modern day, is like,
You don't want to get canceled or something.
shit, I don't want to get canceled for anything, and shit, it feels like looking at social media is like people just get canceled left and right for anything, even if it happened 10 years ago,
Yeah, but here, like, in 10 years, everyone's going to get canceled because there are words that we won't know, or there are things that we don't know we shouldn't be talking about right now.
That's true.
Like, we have no idea what it's going to be like. What are you going to do? Just not say anything for 10 years and then be like, oh, I was right. I know I shouldn't have said the word spaghetti. Carbs are bad for you. And then, 10 years, oh, he loves spaghetti. He eats it every day. And he's, you have to go public and say, I'm sorry I ate spaghetti.
Yeah, I mean,
What are you going to do?
like, basically, my thing is that it's like, in my personal world, in my mental world that I live in, where everything happens and is interpreted by me, I don't know what counts as okay and what doesn't. And it's like, when it comes to something like crazy, just the word crazy in general, like if you think of a crazy person, like what does that mean to you?
Like the homeless guy who's like cracked out and he's like talking about aliens and spaceships.
Okay, yeah, I mean, generally, yeah, that I would agree with you there. That's about what I think. But that can be interpreted in so many different ways,
Interpreted
and it could
like
be
for the person having the thoughts about the crazy
maybe
person,
this guy
or
has a
interpreted
real-
as the guy who's crazy.
no, interpreted viewing a quote unquote crazy person.
Like you're an asshole for considering them crazy or something.
Well, it's like, what does crazy mean, and like mental illness doesn't equate to crazy because mental illness is real and all that, but what can you just call
you're saying
somebody,
crazy isn't?
Can you call someone crazy and
I think so.
not like be canceled? You know what I'm saying?
I think you can.
Well, I hope so.
People think Trump is crazy.
Yeah, but what do they?
Is it
do
because
they
he
mean?
doesn't actually have a mental illness that it's okay to call him crazy?
So well, yeah. So say he does have a mental illness. Is it no longer okay to say crazy?
I don't know.
A mental illness of any variety. Like even
well,
one we don't understand.
Right now, there's a big gray area because like we used to be able to call like people who were dumb stupid. Well, I mean, we still
But
do.
now it's like, yeah, offensive. And that,
like you can, like,
where's the line?
Words are always changing like that, though. I mean,
the line moves. I feel like the line moves every
in this
fucking
particular moment, I think the thing that people are most sensitive about is probably things out of somebody's control. And if I guess if they're
see, do you see my dilemma?
You really have to beat around this
Do you
bush.
see my dilemma here?
There's a bush there, and you're
Yeah,
like, I don't want to beat that.
There is a dilemma there, and that's what I've been struggling with. That's the only reason I haven't already published it. It would have been out by now.
Maybe you're not supposed to try and beat it. Maybe you're supposed to kick the shit out of that bush. Just fucking
I don't know.
Go straight in. I don't know either.
I truly don't know. That has honestly been what I've been like struggling with.
Interesting to decide to talk about that then.
Well, I mean,
you don't know how to.
Okay, so I haven't published it yet, so technically there is no story. But I wrote this whole story, and it's like, to me, you know, it just like makes sense, and I know what this guy is like, but what makes it not okay, and what was
your intention? I think it's what was your intention? Did you were you thinking about a person when you wrote this?
No.
Is your dad or somebody in your family crazy?
No, not like this.
You're canceled, bro. You're canceled, dude.
Damn, I thought I was going the right way.
No, dude, you have to have somebody in your family, or unless you're crazy.
Shit, honestly, I might be.
Has somebody called you crazy before?
How do I know who's crazy? What if I'm crazy and I don't know? I don't have the answer to that.
Wouldn't that be so weird if Jason was imagining all of this?
Honestly, I wouldn't be that surprised.
Cool. Because I can tell the cameraman to go home.
I wouldn't be that surprised to find out that I've been crazy the whole time. See, but then even just saying crazy in that context, like, I don't know if that's okay anymore. I don't.
Well,
10 years ago wouldn't have been a problem. Now, I don't fucking know.
If it's not a problem now, in 5 years it will be. So might as well say it while you can, right?
Is that the strategy to go for?
I think. I mean, no, probably not. I don't know. I don't make what's PC. I'm not the PC man.
And then who does? And then it's like wondering
who does.
It will be. It's fine as long as there's not much attention on it. But say
you run
a year down the line that one of our episodes just like got popular. We got like 5,000 views.
Whoa, that's
which isn't huge by any means. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. But then, then that gives us however many subscribers, and like people start watching it, and then they start digging through the old shit, and then they get to that, and then that's apparently wrong. I don't know.
If we're putting out an episode, hopefully 2 a week, we will, though. That's the thing. It's like, especially if we don't edit out like really much, we just edit out really bad. We edit out parts that are obviously bad. There are parts that we're not gonna catch. I think that's part of the thing you have to be down for, like that's kind of what you sign up for. I think is you putting it out. People are supposed to judge your shit. I think that almost makes it better if it's at least a little controversial. If everybody liked your stuff, it wouldn't be genuine,
If that's the mindset going forward, then I'll just publish the shit and see what happens. Which right now there will be no fallout from that. Zero. Honestly, there might not be any anyway. Maybe I'm overthinking it.
You gotta get a story in your head about why it's okay for you to write it. What gives you the right to talk about this? Doesn't even have to be fake. It can be real.
I mean,
what gives you?
Thank God it doesn't have to be fake.
Because I was really.
That's just too easy. It's got to be real.
I was really scrambling for an excuse.
I don't know, dude. I don't think that even in talking about it for however long we've been talking about it, that I've moved in either direction. So
guess you just should put it out.
That's probably what I'm gonna do.
If you are an avid reader or listener of ours, and once you become an avid reader of Jason's here, why don't you tell him what he's done wrong?
There's 3 different endings in mine. There's 3 endings that could exist for this story. 3 that I've thought of.
Oh, are you gonna release like the theatrical version, the director's cut,
the
alternate ending?
No, there's gonna be one.
You're gonna choose,
but I don't know which one is the right one.
You wrote all 3?
No, I haven't written all 3, but I know exactly how each one would pan out. Literally, it's a difference of 1 paragraph at the end of the story. 1 paragraph at the end of the story is gonna change everything. What is it like?
This one's good. This one's edgy, and this one's like
middle of the road. It pretty much is like that.
You don't know what it's interpreting as. You should do the one where they can interpret it either way, if there is one. Like the Inception, dude.
I mean,
Not that Inception is
see,
like
the middle of the road one is where the last paragraph just isn't there. Then there's the good. Then there's like the one side of things that may be more okay because it deals with it in a different way. Then there's the other one that might just be like sad because people are like, oh. It's hard to explain.
Which one? Okay, if it's talking about like an obviously very real dilemma, which one will like sit with the reader and like change their life? You know, like which one says more?
It's not a
political?
life-changing story by any means.
Hey, don't sell yourself short, man.
I don't think it is. It's a throwaway. 2,700
if it's a throwaway,
words.
dude, then fucking let's drop it. Who cares, you know?
I don't know, dude. I guess I'm just hyper aware. I'm hyper aware of the fallout of certain decisions, you know, in the modern world. Just like they could come back to bite you years down the road.
And next time on No Hit Wonders podcast, when Jason gets canceled.
And it's Jake's got to carry the show from here on out. He's the only one.
Hey, you're welcome, bros. I'm the one who cancels you. I have an anonymous
Damn, that's a fucking
account.
betrayal. Koba.
And you could too soon. Too soon. Planet of the Apes was the referral there. If you guys didn't catch it,
The reboots.
if you didn't catch it in theaters, 7
Catch
years
it
ago,
on Amazon
7
Prime.
years ago. Yeah, they got them on. They got them online. They got everything online. You can shop
pirate
online.
it.
No, you can't. If you're gonna support
You
somebody's,
can't pirate it.
if you're gonna support somebody's media and somebody's content, you should pay for it full price. And email.
Unless it's a Hollywood company that's already making billions of dollars.
I'm more trying to set the standard that.
Don't pirate our stuff though.
Yeah.
I don't know who.
That would be cool if somebody pirated.
if somebody went to the effort to make a free version of ours,
taking it off of YouTube, which is free, and putting it on fucking some pirating website.
torrent.
Now, not only can you watch the episode, you can get someone in India can now have access to your passwords and shit. That's pretty cool.
That's sick, yo.
Don't do that.
That's what we're all about.
Please don't. And if you're somebody who can't afford YouTube,
Pussy.
hey, don't read Jason's story. I'll tell you what.
Yeah, so
That's cool, dude.
that's where I'm at with that.
You
I'm nowhere.
what do you plan on doing this next week? Is it like
I'm gonna write another story, probably.
but is it like same universe, same anything?
No, the stories are always gonna be different, or it might be something that relates to my real life. You know, like if I feel like
And
writing.
this one doesn't though. The
No,
Magic Tree.
not at all. This is completely fictional. I wanted to start out with just a short story, total fiction, just about a guy walking down the street. That's how it starts.
My song, I think that I'm gonna end up putting out was the first song I ever wrote on guitar, ever.
Dang, have I heard it before?
No, I wrote it like 2 years ago.
Shit.
Well, not 2 years ago. What year is it? 2021? Maybe 2 years ago.
Yeah, it's 2021.
I bought the guitar, let it sit for a couple months, and then
ruminate.
yeah, I got
Soften the strings. Need to soften up.
the
a little
wood
bit.
had to absorb the moisture content from my room. We got to get acquainted with each other.
Yep.
Then after I learned a couple of chords, the ones in the song, I
What
wrote it.
chords are they?
It's in E minor, C major, G major, F major, and A minor.
Whoa, bro, you gotta slow down.
It's all in the key of C, but it's like I was so proud because I used a minor third chord, the E minor, and I'd never knew anything about that, not even in piano. And it was the first time I could do a bar chord, the F chord. It was crazy.
Those are some words, dude. Those words.
You don't know what a
exist.
bar chord is?
No.
Cool.
My teacher hasn't gotten there yet. The internet.
God, he sucks then, I guess. Anyways, it's really good. It was it's about
Says you.
it's really shitty, I guess.
We'll be the judge of that. Thank you.
I think it's a great song. I mean, it is a great song, dude. Did you get off my dick about it? Thanks. Appreciate it.
I'd never get on.
It's
your dick
it's
about
about I mean, I don't really know what it's about. It's without just giving the
Everything.
song away. Just listen to my song. I'm
It's
not
just
gonna
about
go
life. Isn't everything just about life?
Yeah, well, except for the magic tree apparently, but all my stuff,
Hey, that's about life too. In its own way.
just not your life.
Oh, it's not my life.
Hell no.
Dude, in stories, I mean, there's people, there's characters.
Ooh, I'm writing a song. I wrote the first half about. Yeah, it's fun to like go outside of your own life to write it. Like write something from a perspective that's not yours, but like you can pretend it is for a little bit, and then like you can like it's like watching a movie where like the main character gets like pissed at this one person, and you want to get pissed at them too, but it's not even like he didn't do anything to you, obviously. Like it's kind of fun writing that kind of shit.
I mean, shit, that's like all I write. I think I've written one novel that came from essentially my perspective. But if I did that more than once, every book would be the same. They would all seem the same.
I guess if because books are so long.
Well, and I think
you end up
in
going into
songs,
depth.
people expect that it's about the songwriter, whereas novels, it's like, I don't know. It just honestly probably comes down to people's expectations about what they're or what they're consuming.
Some people get pissed at songwriters for writing songs that like aren't about them or something. I know.
Well, people get pissed about everything. So
yeah, people calling you crazy, they get pissed about that.
Yeah, I mean, it's enough to make me think twice about what I'm writing. So that sucks.
I'm trying to not care if people even think that my stuff is good. Like for this, I think that's what this weekly content giving, let's call it. It's kind of like exercising in my mind. That's like what it's exercising for me, is like really putting it out, not caring if people think it's good, and then I don't know, maybe that should take away
about letting people like consume it anyway, listen to it, and see what they think.
They have every right to tell me that they fucking hate it too. I mean, once it's out, it's out. Once it's online, people can dissect it. They can chop you up. They can rip your heart out if they want to. Some people have. Some people have already. I haven't even put the song out. Just kidding. I don't have a heart.
It's a tough thing to navigate nowadays, though, I would say.
Releasing stuff.
Well, I mean, the content
PC.
of what you put out,
Well, yeah. I mean, and there's so many people doing content too. I don't know.
Yeah, absolutely.
I listened to a couple comedians, and honestly, like the way I'm referring to Theo Vaughn. He said a couple of times like, man, I see a lot of young comedians who like aren't even trying to push the bound. Like young people are supposed to push the bounds of shit. It's like when you're young, you're reckless. You're stupid. You're saying things you shouldn't say. You're trying to go here, left, right. You're checking every single corner. Like, oh, can I get away with this, that? And now people like are so fucking scared of having repercussions for their actions because everything's put online and they can just be blown up, that they're just like, they're playing it way more safe than anybody could. But honestly, like the funniest comedians are the people who they have people who like them and then people who fucking hate them. Like that's just how it is. If you can't ride the middle with, or I guess that's kind of the truth that I'm trying to, I guess, put to the test is, can you really ride the middle and have everybody like you? Or are you really just going to have to be like, yo, some people are going to love me and then other people are really going to wish that I died?
Well, and it's one thing to say that, young people nowadays are doing this, and that, and they shouldn't care about that. It's another thing to be the young person that exists in this culture and is trying to figure out what they can and can't do and still have an audience and succeed, not just get buried.
Oh, it's scary, dude. But
anything anyone says from a place where they've already succeeded, I find it hard to subscribe to, because it's like,
who else are you supposed to listen to, though? I mean,
well,
who else's
advice
is
one thing, but they're the finer points, of, well, don't care about this or that, and it's like, well, that worked for you in the time that you came up, and it doesn't necessarily mean that it's just gonna work the same way for us in the current day. That's just a fact.
That is true, but I mean, unless you try something, there's no way that you can see if it works out. I think I get so scared of even trying things because I'm worried it won't work. I think
It's a fine line for sure.
that's not even a thing just for our generation. It's just like I think when people are young, and or honestly, just human beings in general are just worried about sucking at what they're doing or failing or having a life that's not worth living, being miserable. Failure for everybody it's paralyzing, dude. It's just like it's so scary. I think that it causes so much insecurity in like the decisions that we make, not succeeding, or I guess in this case getting canceled or losing an audience that we don't even fucking have.
Yeah, I know exactly. Yeah, we shouldn't be worried about it because we don't have the audience.
We don't have anything to lose. I think that's why it's when you're young you should. Fuck, why shouldn't we, dude? I mean,
just go balls to the wall every time.
Yeah, I mean, if we had people listening to our stuff to call us out on something, sure. But if there's one person calling you out for something bad, that probably means there's 20 other people who are actually watching your shit, just not saying anything. Because if you're not big, nobody gives a fuck about you. Like, we have nothing to lose. If we get to the point where somebody is looking back on our episodes and saying they said something wrong, we probably got bigger fish to fry at that point, dude. That's probably not even gonna be something that's.
But you never know how big that previous fish was gonna turn out to be in the future,
Yeah, but at least you got something to lose at that point. Then you'll have
Is
something
that
to
a
fight
good
for.
thing? Then you have to worry about losing it because of something you said.
Shit, right now we're worried about losing it when we don't even have it. So it's like
True.
it's like living in the reality before it even happens. Like, oh, it's gonna suck when I get canceled. All my fans are gonna leave me. I'm gonna imagine this. I'm gonna have no fans. Like, oh shit, we're already there, dude. We got no hits. We've already got no fucking hits, bro. Might as well go balls to the wall.
0 hits.
Might as well call our. Never mind. I'm not gonna try to actively. I'm not gonna try to actively get canceled.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, though, dude.
That's thin ice, dog.
Might as well not go crazy. Like, don't do something stupid, but like, might as well go in. Go in on that shit. God, I just inspired the fuck out of myself.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, baby.
Well, obviously we're here for us, if no one else. Cause shit, how many people are watching this right now? Maybe a couple.
Oh no, the speaker died. Damn.
That says it's still alive.
Does it?
The lights are on.
Was I clicking the wrong button? That's embarrassing.
I don't know.
Well, the time's passed.
Just replace that. Imagine that happened when he reached for it.
And now envision that We Will Rock You's playing in the background. Show me nothing. Dang, I don't know the words.
The birds.
Johnny, you're a big boy and you like playing. All the sand in your face is gonna have that thing. Oh, you got blood on your face. You're big. This is crazy. Can all over the place. Actually, I do know all the words except for the first line. Johnny, you're a big boy. Is that how it goes?
Johnny, you're a huge boy, massive boy.
Johnny, you're huge. I don't think he's talking to Johnny.
He's talking to us. Speaking to us.
Jake and Jason, you're huge.
We will be.
Oh, I see where you're. Okay, yeah, we'll be huge. I thought you were talking about someone. I need to stop doing that.
You're just gonna do that every time I make it.
Dude, it's the most awkward white person thing I've ever done. When I literally, I'm gonna cut that out every time. Every time that noise comes along. Did you see me stop myself there?
I had to check to see if you were actually committed to not doing it or not.
Oh yeah, it's a mental note now. That's all I can think about. Don't do the stupid freaking running animation.
Glad to hear it.
That doesn't even look
Glad
like
to hear it's not gonna happen anymore.
My back's itchy.
Are you okay?
Well, my back is itchy. Other than that, what else? What else has been happening for you?
Shit, I mean, I'm like 20K in on a new novel, brand new. So that's had my focus. Otherwise, I've been honestly
20K.
I've been very productive. 80. What I generally shoot for is 80.
You're fourth of the way through?
Yeah.
Dang, gee whiz.
I mean, it feels like it goes by quick, but shit, it's already January 19th. It feels like 2021 started yesterday, so.
Shit, I remember 2020 New Year's better than I remember 2021 New Year's, I think. That
Doesn't
crazy.
surprise me.
What are you implying? I've been sober for 19 days. Oh yeah, I've been sticking to my things, guys. Those of you who've been rooting for me from the sidelines, those of you sending me all those emails.
You running up the numbers on the pods?
Yeah, thank you. If it's because I've been sober for 19 days, shoot, I just might have to make it through February 2nd.
Maybe we need to tap into the sober crowd.
Yeah.
Audience that we're missing.
Yeah, we should also talk about things like exercise, betterness, and wealth. Or
because we work on that a lot.
Our
main priorities are always exercise and eating well,
and rock and roll. Exercise, eating well, and rock and roll, baby. The three.
What else do you need?
The three pillars of life. I love rock and roll. What's your favorite genre of music? You know we're a music podcast and we never talk about music.
Are we a music podcast?
We're comedy, relationships, and how are your relationships, buddy? We haven't talked about relationships ever.
They don't really exist, honestly.
Well, not like romantic. Like we can talk about anything. Yeah, God.
I don't have any relationships.
Guys, Jason's lonely. He's fucking
never.
So not lonely. Well, how about like your other relationships?
Such as?
Well, you've got friends, family,
what?
Coworkers. You've got acquaintances. You've got.
This is all news to me. So.
Jason.
I've got a roommate that I barely managed
Roll
to
call,
not
baby.
strangle myself living with.
Why is that?
Family.
Why is that? Let's talk about that.
Never spoken to him.
Why is that? Talk about it, dude. Why do I make you want to
Why do I
strangle
want to strangle myself? Well, every day I see Jake and I just want to strangle myself.
Dude, imagine how hard that would be.
It'd be tough.
I think
you'd pass out first and then you'd wake up afterward and be like,
And then you'd have to try again.
Dang it. Come on.
That would be the hardest way to kill yourself, I think. We don't have to get into it.
Like some fishing wire.
Oh, God.
Yeah, like that's going to get pretty dark pretty quick, so.
I was going to ask, but we won't.
Yeah.
But we won't.
That might be.
Subscribe to the Patreon for us to...
No. You hit both of them. That was the first time we've been on that much the same page this whole time.
We're both running out.
Nah.
So I'm gonna take off the relationships tag on this podcast.
I mean,
what about music?
Well, I love me. I got a good relationship with music for sure.
What's it like? What'd you guys do together?
I listen to it every day.
Oh, it's an it.
Listen to her every day.
What does she say? What?
What does she say? I don't fucking know, dog. Get out of my head.
Dang, I don't think it was that funny, dude. It was more of a segue than anything.
What does she say? Sometimes she says, strangle yourself with
Hey
some
there,
fishing
Delilah.
wire.
What's it like in New York
Other times
City?
she says that. She asks how it's like in New York City. Other times.
She
It
asked.
gives me hope.
She asked what I do with that wet ass pussy. She said, "Hey there, you're a rock star, dude."
Is that too soon?
Stop.
Is that
I'm
too
in the middle of
early?
a bit here. I'm
Oh.
just thinking because.
I was just gonna go ahead and put the axe on that.
Fine. Okay.
Kibosh on that.
Okay. Well,
shit.
we're not talking about music. We're not talking about relationships. Guess it's back to.
You asked me, so how about you talk about it? Since
What,
you
my
apparently
relationships?
have some investment in relationships.
What do you mean?
Since you want me to
investment?
fucking
I only
talk
got
about
investment in Tesla, Snapchat, this stock called Bingo, Bio Nano
Bingo, bango,
Genomics, I think, or something.
This guy doesn't even know his own investments.
It's bingo for short, and it went up like 10,000% last month, and I wasn't in it for the longest time, but I'm in it now. It's pretty cool.
An idiot.
Well, I didn't know it existed until it blew the frick up, dude. It's pissed me off. I've got some relationships.
You want to talk about them?
Why don't you ask me about something? We'll see.
How's your relationship with yourself?
I don't want to talk about it.
That's what I figured.
It's funny that you that you ask about it, Jason. It's funny how natural that came up because I've been having a lot of alone time with myself.
A lot of sober alone time.
When you're sober, you just think about things more because because of the nature of things, you're just less medicated, and it's rough. It's when you don't have a chemical buffer between you and reality, it can be difficult. Like
How do some people go without that? I mean, shit. Jake's been sober. He still drinks caffeine. It's like that still counts.
Is it?
I mean, it's a chemical, it affects you.
It doesn't.
Some people are out there just like fucking raw dogging life, No caffeine.
God, they might get a life that way, or a kid that way.
Drugs, no LSD.
There's nobody doing no caffeine, bro.
There's gotta be.
I don't believe it.
Shaman.
Okay, well they're doing
Shaman
shamans are doing a bunch of plant
You
medicine,
think
bro.
Mike Posner drinks caffeine daily?
Yeah, probably.
You think so?
Probably.
That's just a genuine question.
I think probably, dude. Even if it's
I
just
bet he doesn't.
Mike Posner, why don't you go ahead and send us an email? Do you drink?
Comment on the YouTube video, Mike, and say if you do or not.
There's no way he doesn't, bro. And I honestly
on a daily basis.
I used to want to not drink caffeine, but like I've been like
that explains it all. You don't even have to fucking say what you were gonna say.
There have been like months of my life where I didn't drink any caffeine. Well, in the morning. Like I drink sodas and stuff when I lived in Alabama. And I remember being like tired all the time. And I thought that's just how I was. Like you drink like caffeine in the morning and you can just work all day. It's crazy. And why wouldn't you want to do that? Why wouldn't you?
You could ask the same thing.
When I'm drunk all day, I don't have to.
When you're drunk, you're happy. When you're sober, you're not. Why wouldn't you just be drunk all the time?
Okay, I can see where that's a slippery slope. The reason that alcohol is bad for you in that amount of time is because it shuts your liver down. Like there's an amount of caffeine that you've
always been very cognizant about the health of your liver.
Dude, I'm a changed man. I'm a changed man, dude. 19 days strong.
Can you feel how much stronger your liver is?
No. But I do feel better. Well, except for the hangover I have every single day. I think it's because I'm dehydrated.
Honestly, I think even like fast food could count for like it's caffeine or getting drunk.
I think it should.
Oh yeah.
Simple sugars.
It should.
I think that the effect that something has on your brain to make it feel good isn't what's bad for it. It's also if it like decomposes your body at the same time. Because like shit, exercise could be thought of as that way. Some guys out there addicted to exercise.
Exercise does affect your brain.
But it makes your body stronger and like healthier and it makes you feel better. So like those are all good things. Alcohol makes your body feel like shit, but it makes your heart and your head feel happy. Cheers to that. I don't know. I think that trying to deprive like every part of it, like every one of those things out of your life would be like,
well, it's impossible.
It's torture. Even.
Yeah, I mean, but yet
those things bring us joy. It'd be like never having sex, even though you're married and like you're supposed to have sex with that person. Like sex makes you feel good and shit, I know you don't know, but let me.
I'm a man. I'm a child of God.
Let me explain it to you.
Virgin.
What a cool guy.
Unsoiled.
Quit making me
untarnished.
Quit making me feel guilty on this podcast now. Just kidding. I'm also a virgin. And
in God's eyes, anyway.
Dude, in the eyes of the law.
Oh shit.
We have a lot of things that you can just press when I make a bad joke, and I hate it. We got. Oh, that one's actually lit. You should use that.
Can't really push that. I can't.
You could use that.
Yeah, they're pretty much. This is like tailored to me for things that you say.
I'm gonna start putting other things on here that say Jason sucks or writing is an active like.
Right. See what happens.
Writing is a real career path.
Maybe that'll reassure me a little bit.
Well, that
I've been having doubts, so.
I know you take my opinions for everything that they're worth, so might have started
Sure.
giving that to you.
Hey, who works harder, you or me?
I've realized something about my personality is I'm a wave type of person. Like there are sometimes I'm a tidal. I'm coming in and
Tsunami.
I'm wrecking villages. I'm taking people's homes away. Like I'm destroying people's lives. That's how fierce I am. And then other times I'm the opposite. You know, I'm not going to come up with another analogy because you get the point. I I really go in and out. I really like going in and out. Right now, I'm working harder for sure.
Whereas I'm just like a jackhammer. Never slow down, never speed up. It's always the same.
And after a while, your hand just gets numb.
Oh, I've been numb for years at this point. I don't know what emotions are like anymore.
Well, try to use the same analogy as I did. You know, if you throw a jackhammer in the ocean, that doesn't really make sense.
I'm just like the tide, you know, like the ebb and flow.
Every
it
day.
gets a little bit bigger and a little bit smaller, but it never really changes that much.
I like that. I think that we complete each other. Or like we offset each other's weakness.
No comment.
Fine, we don't have to complete each other, but you definitely complete me. Because there's times where like I'm really excited about learning something and doing something, and I'm freaking go in on it. Like past 2 days, I've literally worked like 8 hours straight, and like in on everything.
I like when you were editing video, like when you were learning.
I think that
editing.
when I'm thinking about something new, I really like learn that thing, and then like I don't know, it's weird. Sometimes I'm really excited about something, then sometimes I'm not. It definitely hard ebb and hard flow. Like with the podcast, I wouldn't have recorded one for the past 3 weeks if it wasn't already stable in your mind. Just because I was really excited about it at first, and then when we got back into it, it was like a grind because like I just didn't want to do anything. You know, that's just how my personality works. I don't know.
I'm a grinder, bro. That's how I've always been.
So at the moment, I'm working harder. I know because I'm literally working tirelessly. Like, and it's like great work too. And it's like
it probably all balances out in the end. Maybe, I don't know.
I hope. I
It
wish.
doesn't really matter, honestly.
Well, it makes me feel like shit when I know I'm in a place where I'm not working hard. But I guess being aware of it is the thing that's supposed to make you feel better about it. I don't know.
I don't know either. I go through periods of feeling like I'm not doing enough, but I'm pretty much always doing the same, like the exact same amount of work that I was the day before, a month ago.
There's definitely times where I don't. Yeah, definitely not. Like if I had a day off, I definitely wouldn't spend all day working because I just wouldn't have been able to. I just can't do that all the time. But right now I can. I definitely can. I think it's when I have a very tangible goal and I see how to get there, and I really like understand how to get there. And then I just do those steps and I can get it. But then once I get to that thing, it's like I get to like this false checkpoint, like this false end in my brain where it's like, oh, I did it. Fuck yeah. And then it's like I'm coasting
Take
again.
a week off.
Or like, you know, or a week of really like just, okay, I'm coasting
You
at
don't
work.
expect anything out of yourself.
Because I just came off this really huge mountain, this high, and my brain's probably tired because I don't get much rest when I'm in this state. Like I don't get good sleep. I think about the thing I'm working on in my sleep, and then I'm anxious about waking up and starting that thing again.
That's interesting.
I get the worst sleep, but I'm still just as energized when I wake up because I'm so fucking excited to do this thing. And then it's like a week of like hibernation maybe, where I just like
or recuperation.
Recuperation might be it. I literally fucking sprint like as hard as I can. And then but it's hard because I can't. It's hard. It's really tough setting deadlines that way. Unless it's like a tangible thing, but like I think that's what happened with the EP was like there were a couple like the first couple songs like I could sprint and then I would go back and I would sprint and then I'd come back and I don't know.
I think for me it's just like writing a book is so long that I just have to have like it has to be steady. You know, I can't overdo it for 3 days and then take 3 days.
You can't write 10K in a day.
And then not write for a week because then I'll be so out of the story that I'm writing. I don't know. It's just, and I feel like it's weird that that's kind of how our personalities are, and it plays into like the medium of art
That's
that
crazy.
we chose. Because it's like it's way easier to make a song in 2 days. You know, if you wrote for like 10 hours a day.
If I was so fucking inspired, literally I could get it done in 2
and,
days.
like completely produce
If I was
a song
if I was in that sprinting mode where I could visualize the song, get the song done, I could. But even if I knew exactly every chapter of a book, there's no way I could write a book in 2 days.
Whereas for me, maybe one day I write 2,200 words, and then I'm just like, well, there's still 60,000 to go. So hasn't changed very much.
Maybe that's part of the reason why we chose what we wanted. We chose what we're doing.
It could be, honestly. I don't know.
Because I don't like music more than you.
Oh, I love music.
We both love music, but for some reason I chose to do it, and you chose to. But maybe that does have something to do with it. I'd never thought about that before.
Yeah, I just kind of, as we were talking about it, I was just like, well, I don't know. It just kind of makes sense.
Who do you think makes a better lover? An author or a
We'll take a break and let you know.
We're back. The author is definitely better. Holy shit.
Slow and steady wins the race, bro. What can I tell you?
Not necessarily like just for sex, but like the entire relationship, like who makes a better lover?
I don't fuck that. Because that's a lot harder question to answer.
Dude, that's like every aspect of my life is bursty and then like easy.
I think that, I mean, I'm definitely more inclined to consistency. But
I'm definitely a sporadic type of person, and then like I gotta like step back for a little bit. That's crazy.
I just do the same shit every day and hope to God that there's a finish line somewhere down the road.
God, I think we're both open for the finish line because there's like,
as far as succeeding and like making some actual money and shit, yeah.
Like when I in my like sprinting phase, I always think, oh, this is it, I found it. This is what I'm gonna do forever. Like I thought felt that with editing video, with this live stuff I'm doing now, with writing, just playing guitar. I think I just crave fucking different shit. Variety, yeah. It's hard to come up with a bunch of different shit to do all the time, though. Being creative and how to do something, because it's easy to do something every day. It's hard to do something different every day. Well, I didn't mean to downplay what you do.
Well, like, for me, I might crave variety sometimes, but I just don't have the liberty of doing it, like of pursuing variety. If I want to finish a novel, it's going to take 2 months. So I can think about other things in the course of that, but I'm just going to grind out 1,500 words a day until it's done. And then, I mean, it's still fulfilling afterwards because, like, there were times where I lost my, like, where I didn't feel driven, and yet I still made myself write 1,500 words, you know, and it finished a book. Like, that knocked a whole novel out, so still feels good, but...
And that feels better for you probably to really know that this was months of hard work to get there.
I don't know if it necessarily feels better, honestly. Like, there are times where I dream of how nice it would be if I just, like, wanted to make a song and I could do it for, like, 16 hours out of 2 days, and all of a sudden there's just something that's done, but that's just not what I chose to do. And at this point, I've practiced so much at writing, it's like I'm not going to give up on it,
Yeah, that's dark.
Well, I don't know, dude. It goes through phases. I go through phases too, just like you said. But with my stuff, I can't stop working on something while going through that phase.
Well, and I don't mean to downplay that, like, being a musician takes work every day. Because it would be
two different approaches to two different mediums of art.
Writing for music is something that is spurty. Like, you do have to practice in your instrument every day. You have to learn and, like, rehearse your software. Like, just learning your fucking, like, keyboard shortcuts, or, like, just understanding your scales, your progressions. Like, you do have to be in music every day.
But the ideas you get to
the ideas that you get to really flesh out, yeah. But that just means there's a lot of days I just don't write because I have nothing to write about, or I'm not skilled enough with my fingers to do the thing in my head that I want to do, And
whereas I have to learn next to nothing. It's Microsoft Word, it's not that fucking hard to use. But I have to sit down and
hey
do
man,
it
say that to
day.
my grandma.
Okay. Well, old people. Sorry. I don't have to learn much. It's
We're
just
not,
I have
sorry.
to get in the chair every day for 2 months to finish something. So it's a good balance, I guess.
It is good balance. I'm glad that we both have a different side of things, because when I'm sprinting, I feel like I can bring a lot of good ideas, and then you're just always there when I'm not. You know, we definitely it makes for a good workflow, bro.
I mean, we've been pretty consistent with the pod.
Well, you're gonna make sure that we're consistent, and then I'm gonna make sure that well, even like setting this up, I was in a sprinting area, you know. I want to like just getting everything down, and like
The soundboard.
the whole video, or just the workflow of getting things out, figuring all that out in 2 days was like a sprinting thing where I was so excited about it, and we could have an episode out like today or tomorrow, and it was so exciting for me, and that was a sprinting thing. We got episodes out those first 2 weeks because of that. Now we're just like here because it's consistent, and then there's gonna be something, we're gonna have another idea, and I'm gonna think about how to do it, and then we're gonna bring it to life in a couple of days, because for some reason that's just how I do it. Yeah. And then you're gonna expect us to keep doing that because you're a consistent person. That's crazy. Interesting. Well, you
guys are welcome.
If you guys have got any ideas on what I can sprint toward, it's really what apparently I live for. I love working for that type of shit. Let me know in a couple of days when I get done with sprinting for this, because
Let me know in a couple months.
I literally can't even fucking watch Game of Thrones without thinking about my work now. I used to.
Damn.
A week ago, I could just fucking AFK all day watching Game of Thrones if I wanted to. I wouldn't allow myself to, but I could. Now, literally, like, I'm thinking about live performing while I'm watching Game of Thrones.
Fuck.
That
sounds rough.
I really just don't get a break while I'm sprinting. But I have to embrace it because I know it doesn't last long. So,
hey, shit happens.
Shit happens on this podcast, man.
It does. This was a very art-oriented podcast.
Hey, you're welcome. You're gonna be able to go and listen to a live acoustic version of a song that I wrote a couple years ago on SoundCloud. You're gonna be able to go to Wattpad, and you're gonna be John Kripke instead of Jonathan Kripke for some reason.
Shortened it, I don't know.
John Kripke.
The Magic Tree.
The Magic Tree. You're going to be able to see how...
see what you think of the ending.
Yeah, why don't you... Let us know in the comments. Let us know in the comments what you think.
Honestly, yeah.
Even if it's on SoundCloud, even if it's on Wattpad, I'm sure there's a comment section on Wattpad.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
If you want to DM us, and if you want to just leave it on the YouTube, we'll check your
We'll link it on the socials. No Hit Wonders Pod on Instagram and Twitter.
And of course, you'll see our new episode on No Hit Wonders podcast. So
it'll be on YouTube, but we'll post about it on Instagram so you guys have an easy link.
Let me know what you think of the sweater. I've never worn a sweater before. Let me know in the comments what you think of the sweater. Does it match my eyeballs or not? Until next time.
Until next time, huh?
This has been...
Oh, it was silent.
Was that what you were looking for?
No, I wanted the cartoons, but I think it played.
Oh, all right.
That's us running on out of here, huh?
Adios.